Comic books, the art of sequential storytelling, all about our modern day myths and monsters. The storytelling in a comic book can give us the illusion of motion and action through a series of sequential images. But how do they do that? Well, by using the same principles masters of the Renaissance used to use, called composition. Let's check out how composition can affect and improve our comic book page layouts. Hello again, thank you so much for clicking on this video today. As always, I'm Brad, and in today's video, we're looking at comic book compositions and page layouts. A huge shout out to all the new subscribers. Thank you so much for that support. And if you're new here, please subscribe, always leave a comment, and hit that like button. And I will keep making videos like this. Now, on with the video. Imagine living in a time before film, television, radio, or comic books. Now, imagine your only source of visual storytelling was the latest work of art by one of the master Renaissance painters. They were the blockbuster of their day, and if you could see them at all, it would be unlike anything you would ever lay your eyes on before. You would even begin to see movement and story come to life while looking at it. And that's by design. The artists were able to lead the viewer's eye around the canvas in a way that unlocked emotion and story. In the same way, a comic book page can lead our eye through the action and the events. Today, we call that composition. So what exactly is composition? Well, it's how we arrange our elements and subject matter to be different points of interest within the frame. The composing of musical elements can also be a composition, as would the elements in architecture. But when referring to the visual medium, composition is all about how we lead the viewer's eye. And one of the ways that we can do that is by using the rule of thirds. While the rule of thirds is often used in film, it's equally as effective by using it in still art or a comic book panel. By dividing our frame into 3 equal parts, vertically and horizontally, we place our points of interest in one of the 4 intersecting points. And our eye is naturally drawn to one of these 4 points. It could be in a film shot, a canvas, or comic book panel. Another common rule used in film as well as still art is the golden triangle. We create a diagonal line from one corner to the other, and then insert another line from the top and bottom corners to create 2 diagonal focal points. This golden triangle composition method can be extra helpful in comic book layouts and using this composition to lead the eye through the page. I'll get back to panel layout and eye flow in just a minute. Another element that affects our page flow and page composition is the shot distances. Here's a character of mine centered in a vertical panel within the rule of thirds. So yes, the golden triangle and rule of thirds apply to vertical panels as well as horizontal. But let's look at the other shot distances and shot progressions. We have the wide shot, which gives us a bit of information about his surroundings. Then we have a medium shot, a little closer to the figure, a little more tighter and cropped. Then of course the close-up, giving us a better view of his face, and the extreme close-up, getting right in on those eyes and facial details. These are obviously very simple and basic shots I'm using strictly as an example. The level of creativity when it comes to setting up your shots and staging your characters is really unlimited and completely up to you. Now, let's look at some comic book artists that are masters of storytelling and leading the viewer's eye, and see how they use composition in their comic page layouts. Here's a page from one of my favorite comics right now, Reckless by Ed Brubaker, and with art by the amazing Sean Phillips. You can instantly see the cinematic flow of his shots, but you can also make out his use of the golden triangle and the rule of thirds. Each frame is using a different shot, going from wide to close up, back to a medium shot, which is a must to keep your page interesting and keep the eye moving. The artist here is also using strong blacks and shadow areas on his characters and points of interest. And those shadow and dark areas really make them pop against the otherwise white background, giving us a clear flow of action and leading our eye through the page from top to bottom. And this zigzagging eye direction is exactly what you want for a successful comic book page layout. Leading in, usually from the top left side of the page, and leading you zigzagging downward and exiting bottom of the page right. Let's have a look at another one. Here's a page by Adam Hughes, an incredible comic book artist, from the comic X-Men vs. the Wildcats from quite a long time ago. The flow of action in this page is unmistakable, and Adam Hughes is using a combination of silhouettes and heavy shadow areas to really help move the eye through the page. Well, I hope I've given you something extra to think about when laying out your comic page using composition and eye flow. There is a lot more to cover on this particular subject, but I think this touches some of the main points for now. Let me know if you'd like me to add a follow-up video describing more details about comic layout and composition. So yeah, let me know what you think of this video. Let me know if you want to see more in regards to composition. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And if you want to know more about making comic art, click the link above. I will see you in the next one.